This is ABC 7 News, Chicago's #1 news, with Sylvia Perez, Linda Yu, and weather with meteorologist Tracy Butler. This is ABC 7 News at 11.
Many of your childhood memories are probably associated with some family meals, but these days fewer families have time to actually sit down and eat together.
Well, Purple Asparagus is a Chicago-based nonprofit organization dedicated to bringing families back to the table. Melissa Graham is the founder, and she joins us here today to tell us more about, I love the name, Purple Asparagus. Tell us about the organization.
Well, we are dedicated, as you mentioned, to bringing families back to the table, and we do that by hosting family-friendly events throughout Chicagoland, as well as organizing outreach activities in at-risk communities.
So you'll go to certain areas, you might even do some schools. What is Purple Asparagus? That's an actual...
That is an actual...
Okay. I don't think I've ever had one of you.
When we were trying to figure out what to call ourselves, one of our board members came up with a list of 20 names. A lot of them were very traditional, and the last one was Purple Asparagus, and we realized it. Well, you know, when we said it to a 9-year-old, and he burst out giggling, and we knew we were catching our market audience.
That's what you're all about. You're about making it fun so the kids eat healthy and the family can get involved. So what have you brought us today?
Well, I have brought you the first recipe that we're going to do is peach salsa, and I love this because it's a great educational recipe. You get to explain that tomatoes are fruit, and like tomatoes, you can use other fruits in a non-dessert setting. So what you do is you take one peach and cut it into half-inch pieces, and then we're going to take a finely chopped green onion, a teaspoon of lime juice.
See, anything green would turn off my kids right now. You know, don't you find that? I don't know why that is.
She has a 3-year-old, so she can relate to it.
Oh, I can. His standing order for a long time was quesadilla, no green stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Green, ooh.
So I'd taken the last thing I put in there was a little bit of cilantro that was finely chopped. When you can actually have the kids tear it up into little pieces, which gives them, it gives them the tactile element of it. Now, what I serve this with, you can serve it with chips, but I like to serve it with whole wheat tortilla spikes. And these are, they are whole wheat tortillas that you slice into half-inch pieces.
Thank you.
And spray with a little cooking oil. And bake at 400 degrees for anywhere really between 10 and 20 minutes. And, it's just, I always think you don't have to dumb down food for kids. You just sometimes need to give it a hook, and that hook can be in a catchy name. And that's exactly the same thing for this next recipe. The next recipe I'm going to make, this is a traditional Spanish appetizer called pa en tomate. But what I like to call it is smashed tomato bread. Because what kids doesn't like to smash things.
Let's smash
You take a toasted slice of bread, and this is whole grain bread. And you're going to just rub the garlic clove in there.
I like this already.
That's just a raw, fresh garlic.
It's a raw, fresh garlic clove. Just get the essential oils in there, and then you take the tomato and smash it into it. And this is a perfect use for that tomato that's been sitting on your counter.
And there's so many good tomatoes right now.
Exactly. Well, there's a variety. I have a basket over there.
I can smell that. I love that.
And then you just get the juices in there, and then we're going to drizzle just a little bit of a really good extra virgin olive oil.
What a good idea.
And then coarse sea salt just for a bit of crunch. And it's a perfect summer appetizer.
And you eat it just like that?
Yep.
And how fun to do that with your food. Get your hands involved.
Just get your hands dirty. And then the last thing I wanted to share with you is our recipe my recipe for homemade pizza.
And you know what? We have that on our website. And we're out of time because I think a lot of people are going to want to know how to make all these wonderful things.
Great ideas.
What a great organization you have. We should let everybody know there's an event going on for you guys this weekend, but you can find these recipes and more about Purple Asparagus at abc7chicago.com, including information about that event if people want to get involved. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Melissa.
Very good idea.